My wife and I were teenagers in the late 70s, early 80s, grew up what we call the golden age, because it was a wonderful, wonderful time to be young. If you look at the movie Dazed and Confused, our lives, our teenage lives were very, very much like that. The whole muscle cars and beer and pot and cruising around, driving and drinking. Oh, driving and drinking is some of the most fun you can have. And we did that every weekend. My wife and I went to high school together, and we'd cruise Burger King and yell at our friends and go out parking out in the woods and all these places and have parties. And it was wonderfully not. And there was trouble. People got hurt. There was, sometimes there were fights. And people got hurt in romantic relationships. I mean, that's all part of the fun. I mean, it's not going to be just happiness all the time, but it was much, much, much better than anything that is going on now. And it was all about heterosexuality and young heterosexuals out there learning about heterosexual sex. And if you ever want that time to come back, if not for you, for children or for people in the future, then the males in the society, the young males, are going to have to stand up and start bullying homosexuals and transsexuals and telling them to be quiet and stay in the shadows and go back. They were always here. There was areas of town where you would have drag shows, and they stayed there because, the rest of us were nice enough. We're not just going to hate and beat you up. Of course, there was a few people like that. There's always a few people everywhere. But for the most part, it's like, listen, if you want to have your drag show over here and you'll leave everybody else alone so we can have our heterosexual experience together without you messing it up, then that's fine. And if you push them back over there, and it's sad, it's not perfect. There's a lot of sad things in the world, children with horrible diseases, and we're trying to fix that. We do the best we can, but we can't bring the rest of society down and focus nothing on nothing but these children with these diseases, or the whole thing will collapse. And we can't focus on these people who are homosexual and transsexual and are very hurt inside and can't be part of the whole heterosexual experience where a man and a woman learn from each other's opposites and have children to propagate the species, and have a man and a woman in the home with the children so they can see masculinity and femininity and all the beauty and the glory that comes from a heterosexual relationship, where you have to learn someone who has a totally different perspective from you and the growth that creates. That has to be the focus of the young lives. And when it is glorious and beautiful, and it is the golden age. My wife and I always talk about how sad we are for the kids right now. And you guys, it's up to masculinity. Masculinity is toxic. We kill things. That's what we do. And we need to use that masculinity responsibly and bully these people back out of the mainstream so we can have a mainstream again, because the mainstream flows so wonderfully.